the Court Kings play the Forebears All-Stars in an exhibition game. So let's quickly go around the room and have everybody just tell me your first name and where you're actually from.
My name is Jordan Lewis, and I'm from Orlando, Florida.
All right, welcome, Jordan.
My name is Romola Dominguez. I'm from Denver, Colorado.
My name is Demoria Williams, and I'm from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Samuel Diaz, and I'm from El Paso, Texas.
All right, welcome everybody.
Can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, like where you grew up and what you got into playing basketball and other sports?
What got me into basketball? Honestly, I'm named after Michael Jordan, and although I was a baseball and a football person, I was just bored during the fall season. I was like, you know what, let's try basketball, and I fell in love with it ever since. And I'm really glad I stuck with it. I've had a lot of trials and tribulations. I've had 5 knee surgeries. So, you know, I'm just blessed that God got me to the place I wanted to be at. And it's just all about overcoming obstacles and, you know, having faith.
Yeah, my name's Romola. I started playing basketball kind of later than everybody else. I lived in Hawaii for most of my life, so I was kind of outside, you know, in the ocean. And then I moved to Denver, and I was introduced to it. I actually went to the gym with my mom one day, saw all these boys like playing pickup, and I'm like just sitting on like the sideline watching them. And I was just amazed, like, dang, like, they're good at this. I want to be like that. So just a random day in 24-Hour Fitness, I just asked, like, hey, can I play with you guys? And, I mean, they taught me from that point on, just literally Chambers on Aurora. Like, I just started growing up playing with them, found a trainer there, found family there, and it just kind of, yeah, developed me to who I am today. That was like 8th grade, and then after that, my goal was like, okay, I have to make varsity. These are my goals for what I want to be in high school. So I just worked crazy hard, 3 days, 4 days, to kind of catch up to everybody else. Made varsity, played, broke a whole bunch of records in my high school career, and then was able to play in college, luckily. Yeah, the Lord just really provided in everything that I did. Everything that I set my mind to, he kind of gave me a vision, and I ended up somewhere. So that's kind of how I ended up here. Just connections, friends, family led me to Court Kings, and just with the vision of keeping God first, that's kind of why I relate to them as well. So I was able to come here, and share the gospel. You know, that's kind of my goal, is to use basketball to spread the gospel, to tell people about Jesus and his love. So Court Kings is like that place where you can, do that while you're doing something you love. So.
Our family never really had the funds to do anything like training-wise and like just like putting me on certain teams and AAU teams and stuff. I was always just at the park with a ball by myself, just learning things and just using my imagination and stuff. And I always used to watch like the videos like on YouTube, like of hoop mixtapes and stuff like that, watching all these guys fly and dunk, and I loved it. And I always imagined myself doing it. And I told my mom, like, Mom, I want to dunk. I want to do the same thing these guys are doing. And she said, well, baby, you got to imagine yourself. You got to see yourself doing it first, because that's where it starts in the mind first. And then you're able to manifest that into your reality. So I just kept that vision of myself as I was growing up. And just thankful, I just constantly stuck to it. And it just opened up doors and opportunities. And throughout all the trials and tribulations in my life, it just taught me a lot of things, how to take care of myself. It taught me how to keep going through anything that life has put me through. And I just want to use that experience and use basketball, kind of like what she said, to help people stay close to God and know that they can accomplish anything in this life, no matter where they're coming from, no matter what walk of life you're from, or what's going on with you in your life. And you can accomplish anything. And I'm thankful for God for all of my opportunities and all of the things that he's blessed me with. Yeah.
Amen. Like, you know, schools and stuff like that, I didn't always have the green light or the, you know, they say the silver spoon. But I didn't let my lack of playing in school deter, like, the rest of what's going to be my reality. I was always told, like, yeah, being a pro and doing certain things and playing basketball professionally in different places, going wherever, it was so far out of my reach concerning that I didn't really have a resume in school and didn't play very well and didn't have, coaches calling coaches and, there's a process. There's something that I didn't know about back then. And I was a little bit of a knucklehead, to be honest. But I didn't let that be my downfall. I think failure is my the biggest thing about me is I never let that be my downfall. So I chose to keep pushing through those things when I was told I can't do something, I can't play nowhere. I've played for some of the most famous teams in the world with Court Kings. I played with the Harlem Globetrotters. I played in 14 different countries around the world. I'm blessed to play all over the world. And it's kind of cliche to say this, but I always say this since I was a kid. Like, I used to take my basketball and dribble everywhere. I used to be in Walmart, get with a basketball. I used to get kicked out of the malls. I mean, my mom and my dad, they hated me because I'm in the living room, like watching TV, working on my crossover. So, like, it's something, I took my basketball everywhere I went, and then it's so dope that now that basketball is taking me everywhere. You know what I mean? So, just a blessing. And like everybody else said, I want to give a big shout out to the Lord. Christ is what we're big on over here with Court King. So, getting around a good group of people that can support the game of basketball as well as have a great message through Christ is what we're all about. So,
if you had one sentence to sum up advice for the kids out there, what would it be?
I'll say is atomic habits. Get 1% better every single day for a long time, and you'll see the results eventually.
Yeah, I would say just to keep God first in all you do, and if you love it, to just keep going after it, not to ever give up on yourself, and just trust that whatever's meant for you will be for you at all times. So just work towards that every day, and whatever you should receive, you're going to receive. So just trust in it, be patient.
I say just always be confident in yourself and know that you're not alone in anything that you're doing, any passion or any dream that you want to accomplish. God has your back. So if that's your passion, go for it no matter what, and I think you'll achieve it.
Like one that I just said when I spoke earlier, is one of my favorite ones. Like, I used to take my basketball everywhere, and now my basketball takes me everywhere. And it's just a testament of, being dedicated to the game and not giving up. And, kids always ask, like, how do you get confident? How do I get my confidence up? The only way you can get your confidence up is preparation. If you're not putting in work, then why would you be confident, right? But some of the most confident people in the world are people that are sleeping in the gym, that are putting in the grind. Like, you know if you're doing good or not. You know if you're pushing yourself or not. So that's the limit you gauge it from. You don't gauge it from nobody else. You gauge it from yourself. So you push yourself, and your results will be internal.
I started playing. Actually, it was interesting. My first sport was baseball, and that was my first love. And after a while, I just didn't like the outside sports, so I went to basketball, and then I fell in love with basketball, and then that just resonated with me so much. And then after that, I just kept progressing in the sport of basketball, and I got to a point eventually later on in my career where I've seen myself start to idolize basketball. So I guess the Lord took me out of that for a season, and then once that wasn't an idol issue for me anymore, that came back to me, and then my love, even like my fire, sparked even more than it was before. So now I'm at a place where I can play basketball at a high level and give back and pay it forward for the kids and the next generation, and still not have it idle in my life and keep the Lord first. So it's really a blessing to be able to continue to play this game at a high level.
Sounds like a super charmed life. How about you, Mike?
I played basketball my whole life. I came up the ranks. I started in my church league. I ended up playing Division I basketball after college or after high school. I played a season and a half of professional basketball in Europe, and then I have my daughter. She's 7 months old now, and that's thank you. I appreciate that. It's a blessing to get to see her every single day. That's really what I do it for now. Just taking care of my girls, making sure everybody's okay.
Now, we asked the other players that were in the room here, what if you had to boil it down to one or two sentences, what would you say to the youth out there that are trying to get their own game together?
Keep going. I grew a foot in high school, so the possibilities for anybody, you really don't know what's in front of you. You don't know what opportunities are going to come. So just keep going, work hard, and keep the Lord first.
Yeah. I would say kind of the same thing, because if you're a young player out there and you want to play at the next level, don't get discouraged where you are, because I started off on the B team. Like I played B team basketball 2 years in a row, like back to back. And then I just kept going, kept God first, and kept working hard. And then God put me where He wanted me to be.
Right. So, what is it about the Court Kings that made you want to get involved yourselves?
Personally, this is my first experience with Court Kings. The guy that you talked to earlier, Sam Zigzag, he put me in contact with these guys, and I'm super excited to be here.
Great.
Same. Zigzag put me in contact with everybody here, and it's really been a blessing. And one of the things that really resonated with me again was the principles that are in God. That really like resonates with me, and that's like dear to my heart. So that's amazing. Basketball and God together. That's just a blessing altogether. So
Well,
you can't
the
beat that.
longest running show that we have here at KMHA is Gospel Time with Margaret. It's been on the air for about 11 years, something like that. And it kind of touches on the same things that you guys are talking about: motivation, inspiration, and determination. And I guess I would kind of sum up what the Court Kings do.
For sure.
All right. So what position do you guys play?
Forward. Yeah.
I play like shooting guard, small forward, and sometimes I can play the four. I'm pretty versatile. I would say like my specialty has always been like my vertical. I have a 48-inch vertical, so I jump pretty high.
No.
I can dunk. I'm so serious. Like, I can
It's
jump
like
pretty
jumping
high.
over people.
Yeah.
Yes.
He jumps over people all the time.
Yeah. Like,
Might get to see us jump over some kids at the clinic.
yeah.
Wow.